Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Dimensions Prophetic Conference. Are you excited?
So excited. This is one of my favorite times of the year.
Absolutely. It's not even second, it's like right beside convocation.
Yes.
It just is what it is, right?
Yes.
So, first of all, we want to welcome you all to the prophetic conference, and we're excited about all that God is doing. So wherever you are, whether you are in the service in person or you are watching us online, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome into this space, and we just want to have a conversation about what God has been doing, what he's been saying, and how things are unfolding, and what revelations you are taking away, so that if by chance you missed a service, you don't have to miss what God has said.
Right.
All right? What is he saying?
Listen, so this morning's, I always love the afternoon sessions because they're never a pull. Like people show up hungry. And so it's never like you have to like get through people's, emotions and people's personalities. It's always just a very easy flow and a hunger in the room. And this morning or this afternoon rather, was no different. Apostle came out the gate swinging as he normally does. But today was really a sobering moment because it caused us to really reflect on the things that we've been taught, and it caused us to like uproot some erroneous teachings. So one of the things he said this morning was, and it was basically a question he like posed to us. He was talking about was talking about how we were created to take dominion. And he was like, why do we believe that we can dominate in certain areas but not other areas? And that's crazy to me because we believe that, like, for example, me personally, I realize that I am an educated person. So like school can be a bit easy for me. And so I can dominate in the area of academics. I can dominate in the area of administration, but sometimes I feel like I can't dominate my emotions, or I can't dominate my rejection or the things that I feel. And so I'm just like, well, God, if you could, and the crazy thing about it is I know he's done it in other areas.
We know this
Why
man.
can't he do it in this one?
We are well aware of how he feels about us. We are well aware that when he said to dominate, he wasn't compartmentalizing.
Yeah.
He wasn't telling us to dominate only here but not there, that I can handle this part of your life, but I can't handle your emotions.
Right.
I can't handle your trauma.
Mm-hmm.
But today we had to come out of agreement.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We had to
broke those
come. We
covenants.
broke the covenants. We literally called them out name by name,
Yes.
breaking covenants with old ideologies that had been keeping us in places of stagnation. And it was powerful.
It was powerful. And for me, just to go back to Tasha's point, dominating, you dominate in your career, you dominate with different things. Like I am the go-to in my family. But then there's areas that I feel less than, like I'm lacking, like I'm not able. People will tell me, you're capable of doing this. God has even told me that I was capable, and I'll say, I don't see it. So to be able to dominate in all of these areas, to see somebody else's life and know, okay, this is what you need to do, but then look at your own life and feel like you're falling
Very
short.
inadequate.
So that for me was very sober, and it was like, oh my God, I have really been thinking wrong my whole life.
Yes.
Like, thank you, Apostle, for bringing me to reality, bringing me to where I needed to be, so that I can do what God has called me to do.
Right.
I can be fully what God has called me to be.
One of the other things that stood out so profoundly to me was when he said that prophecy is remembrance. That that prophecy is remembrance. That we already know that when the prophetic word comes, it is not us hearing it for the first time. It is us being reminded that we're coming into the awareness. We're being reminded of something that was already spoken over us in eternity, that we're spirit beings having an earthly experience. But the spirit part of us already knows. Is already aware. So this weekend has been about us coming back into remembrance of our place of origination. And I'm really excited about the continuation of this conversation, this story on tonight.
Absolutely. Something else that Apostle had mentioned, he was talking about how we didn't miss God, and how this was going to be a season that it was going to like be brought back to our remembrance of things that that had already been spoken
Right
over
then.
us. Listen. and we didn't, and it was amazing to remember the fact. And you hear things all the time, but then like today, it just kind of really slapped you in the face.
Yes.
He was talking about how if the thing that we had been praying for, the thing that had been promised to us, had manifested in a different season, we wouldn't have handled it properly. We wouldn't have been able to appreciate it, or we wouldn't have the level of access to it that we would now. But like now in this particular season, he's reminded us that now we have the access to it because we're in a place that our spiritual maturity is at a place that we can handle the thing that has already been promised to us. And so it was really sobering to remember, like, okay, God, I may have been frustrated in the fact that, something didn't come to pass. I know what he said. I heard what he said. I know it's coming. And so I may be frustrated that I don't see it now, but I also have to remember that old Tasha 6 months ago may not have been able to handle, would have messed that up. Would have
been out there looking crazy for real.
Exactly.
And then for me, the other thing that he brought out was eternity is not the afterlife.
Yeah.
It's not just the afterlife. Eternity is from the moment that you are created. And that was the thing for me. He said, before I was. Before I was. Before I was. What you mean before I was? I was already this person before I was even formed. Before I even was in my mother's womb, when he started talking about Jeremiah 1, 4 and 5. And he said, before you was, you was. He said, before he knew us, he formed us.
Right.
And he even started talking about how God knows the ending before the beginning, and how he went to the ending and then placed us in different parts so that we can get to the ending. But from the very beginning, he worked backwards. Like, oh, I need Saria here. Oh, I need Tasha here. I need Pastor Liz to be in this moment. I need them to have this experience so that the ending would be exactly what he ordained it to be.
Yeah, I think we left here. We'll wrap it, but I think we left here recognizing that time is a created environment. And understanding, he said that it was created for our function. Time is not our ruler.
Yes.
Time is a created environment. It has a start and it has an end. And because we understand that we can rest in the timing of God, recognize that things happen when they are supposed to, and that we don't even have the ability to hold up his timing.
We don't.
Because we think we're that superiority complex. We think, if I mess it up, I'm messing up. No, you don't actually have the ability to mess up his timing. He actually factored in your foolishness.
Right.
So he understood how long it was going to take you to get there.
We have more confidence in ourselves than we should.
We really do. We really do.
Keep going.
Oh, no. I was just talking about how, like, we think that we can help God and we can kind of give him, some kind of direction, and we don't. Like, we have more confidence in ourselves, and we have more confidence in the authority that we have. While we should have a level of confidence, but we believe that we can control God more than we actually have the capability of doing, because that's not something that we can do.
Correct. We'll be rested knowing that there's such a powerful deliverance that just broke out in this place. And I just began to weep because I was watching brothers and sisters just walking out of caves and walking into liveliness. And it was just so thick in the room. And we just began to celebrate with one another through our weeping and through our prayers as we watched each other walk out of caves and come out of agreement with old systems. And I'm excited about what this next season is going to look like for the house, for the people that are here on tonight. Whether you were here this morning or not, we broke open the atmosphere for you. There is a freedom in the room right now tonight that you don't have to fight for. You literally just have to step into it. You just have to accept that it is already available to you. And then just take up that mantle of intercession and prayer as the Spirit leads us in this service. Join in, participate. Don't watch don't watch while God moves. Participate in the move of God. And he's already moving. He's already speaking. And I just want everybody to just be aware of his presence on tonight, because he came to say something. He did not pull us away for this weekend for nothing, just for us to have something to say, for us to just be here. He has something to say on tonight. Amen. Well, all right. We are going to toss it over now and get ready for intercession.
Amen. Are you glad to be in the house tonight? If you would stand on your feet, we are going into a moment of intercession. So, Father,